Welcome back to Shamba Shape Up. We are in Bomet with Peter and Ruth, and we have shaped up their potatoes and the vegetables they eat.
And still we have to look at the cows.
But first, I need to find out how healthy the soil is. To help us, SoilCares have come to visit in their mobile soil testing truck. Their truck travels all over the country, so farmers don't have to go far to have their soil tested. First, we need to know why soil testing is so important. Job, why is it important for farmers to do a soil test?
Doing a soil test will enable the farmer to know how much fertilizer, for example, he is supposed to use, the type of fertilizer, the specific blend that he is supposed to use, and also doing a soil test will help this farmer to increase his crop yields. So it's very important for the farmer to do a soil test.
Peter, have you ever done a soil test?
No, I have never done it before.
And how do your crops perform on the farm, for example?
They're performing poorly.
When you say poorly, what do you mean? Do you have low yield? Do you have high yield?
Low yield.
That's the reason why you need to do a soil test.
Yes.
What crops are you planting?
I normally grow maize, beans, potatoes, and so many other crops.
One important thing that we're going to do for him is we're going to do a soil test for him so that he can know the type of fertilizer he's supposed to use, the amount of fertilizer he's supposed to use, and any other soil amendment that will be required for his farm for the specific crop that he wants to grow. You want to grow potatoes?
Yes.
For the potatoes, he will need to know how much fertilizer to use, which type of fertilizer, and if he needs anything else to put into that soil to get the correct yield that he wants to harvest.
What is a common mistake that farmers do with their soils?
First of all, they don't test their soils. They always buy fertilizer and they apply blanket fertilizers from the market without caring to know if that is the right fertilizer for the crops they are growing. It's a big mistake for the farmers.
Job, how is SoilCare different from other testing units?
It has mobile soil testing laboratories, which means we can drive to the farmer's farm and do a soil test on the farm and be able to provide the farmer with soil testing results within 2 hours. We can also do this for the farmer at a very affordable price. Right now we have 7 mobile units in the country that are doing soil testing for different farmers in different regions. So we can do this for the farmer and at the farmer's doorstep.
Would you like to have your soil tested?
Of course, I would like to.
Well, let's go pick a sample. Use a soil auger and dig out soil from 20 places in the farm. Push it into the soil and turn it a few times. Pull it out and pour the soil into a bag. Follow a zigzag or W pattern over the whole area that you farm in order to get a good sample. Take everything that is not soil, such as grass, roots, worms or rocks, out of the soil sample. Job, Peter has done a very good job of collecting the samples. So what do we do from here?
The last thing that we are supposed to do on this farm is for Peter now to take his farm details. He should indicate to us his phone number, his full names, the total acreage that the sample has been taken from, and the crop that he intends to grow in the next season. Then we can take the soil to the mobile soil testing unit.
Oh, great. Let's get there.
All right, thank you.
The sample then goes to the lab and Peter gets a reference number. While we wait for the results, we get some top tips from other farmers on the SoilCares TV.
Soil, so it isn't eroded on the left-hand side.
The lab takes 2 hours to analyze each sample. They test for phosphorus, nitrogen, potassium, micronutrients, organic matter, and acidity. When the results are ready, the lab prints the report. It's time to find out how healthy Peter's soil is. Job, I can see you have the results of the soil tests. How do they look?
So far, on average, his farm looks good. His soil pH is 5.1. So if he's growing potatoes, this is an okay pH for growing potatoes. So he does not need to do liming at this point in time. On the soil fertility part, we tested for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Our results indicate that his field has low nitrogen, but he has enough phosphorus and he also has low potassium. That means that the type of fertilizer he needs to use must have enough nitrogen and enough potassium.
Okay, Manawafula, which fertilizer should I use?
From the test results that we have, we are recommending that you use Mare fertilizer 17, 17, 17. That means it has 17 parts of nitrogen, 17 parts of phosphorus, and 17 parts of potassium.
And following instructions, can the farmer recoup the cost that he has spent on the soil test?
Just to put that into perspective, Peter,
Yes.
how much money did you harvest from your farm the previous season?
27,000 Kenya shillings.
If Peter follows the advice of the report, he will for sure increase his harvest. This means even after paying for the soil test and the cost of fertilizer he will need to use, he will still make a healthy profit and can take home more than the 27,000 he made. Following the regular SoilCares advice will help you to take good care of your soil and ensure long-term soil fertility and high yields. This means increased income.
What else can I grow in my Shamba?
From the test results that we have, you can comfortably at the moment grow potatoes. But if you are to change the crop to, let's say, maize or beans, we are recommending that you do a bit of liming to raise your soil pH so that it's suitable for growing those crops. We are also recommending that you also add 2 tons or 2,000 kilograms of compost manure to your farm to make it better so that it can hold more moisture or more water, and you can also add more nutrients from the organic manure for your crops to perform very well.